Hey guys, welcome back to day 45 of this daily vlog sequence. It's been quite some time. Actually, I'm kind of proud of myself again up to day 35 days. I'm going to warn you right now, I am a little bit under the influence of alcohol, but we commence. We know what we're talking about. It's, of course, going to be more Pushka League actions. We had the final day of the inaugural season. I love that word, inaugural, of WePlay Pushka League Division 1 and Division 2. So we'll start off with Division 1, where we had the lower bracket final between VP Prodigy and the side of Team Liquid, where VP Prodigy asserted some serious dominance over Liquid. Liquid seemed a bit shaky. It seemed like we saw some tweets explaining why maybe they might not have been fully in the draft. It felt like it wasn't just draft, but execution. VP Prodigy played at a much faster pace. I love the aggression we saw out of this squad, and they managed to 2-0 the side of Team Liquid, which means that they immediately completely disqualified my predictions of Team Liquid taking the entire tournament. And then when we lead into the finals, we actually had the side of Team Secret off against Super Prodigy, where disappointingly, I want to say from the VP Prodigy's perspective, it was a 3-0. I thought they could at least grab one game, maybe two here, but Secret won't wait around. I love the drafts as well. They were able to make the Chaos Knight work. The sniper support, actually, that was my favorite one. The opening game was goddamn perfect between these two squads. We had one squad actually just dispense with the politeness of drafts and go straight for the sniper support. And the other side decided to just grind into that win rate support, which I honestly thought maybe Save could carry that game through because of the earlier performance we saw against Liquid, but it wasn't to be. In the end, we saw sniper support actually come out supreme, and now I'm worried for my pub games, as I'm pretty sure, thank you, Yapsor, I'm going to get a lot of sniper support. This is one of those moments where you love Yapsor and hate him at the same time, because you know what's going to come in your pub games. Following that, we also saw the Chaos Knight come out, which they were also so decisive with an 18-minute victory over the side of VP Prodigy. It felt like Secret kind of caught them with their trousers down between the sniper support, the Chaos Knight core, and making it work. It felt like VP Prodigy had the existing strategies, but nothing really new to offer. And as a result, we saw Team Secret take what I want to call one of the most decisive and stompy grand finals of the last few years. I would say this grand final was one of the most one-sided affairs we've seen since like TI4. Which is a pretty big standard to set yourself up for. But I don't know whether I'm going to equate this to Team Secret playing so well or VP Prodigy not living up to expectations. But I have to give credit where credit is due. VP Prodigy, honestly, for a team that just formed at the start of this tournament, more or less, they have impressed. I look forward to seeing what this squad can do, and I can only hope that they actually secure FN as a permanent member. What I would love to see is exactly that. I think that if they give themselves a few months, they could actually become the new VP Prime. There's questions about whether teams are going to allow them to exist as a second VP squad, because we know we had controversy of that between VGJ in the previous years. Even if that's the case, I wouldn't be surprised if the Prodigy boys separate from VP, or VP sets up a different org entirely to make it look at least reasonable in terms of not having multiple teams running. But all in all, Team Secret really delivering what we expect. I think Team Secret is arguably the best team in the world right now. I think they're displaying that. I'm kind of bummed that we don't have international tournaments due to the current state of COVID-19. Because I would love to see how different regions match up right now. I feel like Team Secret, they're studying other regions, but also crafting their own Dota as usual. And they are playing at the top of their game. VP Prodigy definitely showed something, and I hope to God they stay together. I hope they get FN as a permanent member, and I hope they refine their Dota over the next 2-3 months. Come back in Season 2, and actually maybe even show Team Secret some serious competition. Because I think they have that. I think what they really need right now is a good coach. I'd love to see them get a coach from outside the region, because I think CIS have their own decisive mentality on how to play Dota. But I'd love to see that complemented by a different perspective than what they're used to seeing. I think that could really complete the roster. I'm trying to think of like coaches off the top of my head. I guess Kips comes to mind. She's had some serious experience in CIS. She understands the teams. but she has an EU perspective more or less. Other than that, who are you looking at really? Because the big coaches are gone right now. I'd love to see some coaches shift back in. Aoi, of course. I'm trying to remember if he still has a team right now because I know there's some disbands in NA. I think like NA as a region is a bit messy right now. It feels like EG is topping everything and the rest is a bit messy, but Crazy is still functional, right? So I don't think you're gonna get the god tier coaching of Aoi, but I feel like you need a coach to that standard. If that kind of coach arrived in CIS, I feel like they could actually maybe rival EU. I think that's what they're lacking is this experience across regions that EU usually gets because you think of the players that these EU teams form around, the players that have existed within different regions. They have different perspectives and different understandings of how to play Dota 2. And I think that's what really puts them apart from others. CIS has always been this refined art that has more or less created their own style around aggressive type play. Although immediately when you think of the last 2 years, they have calmed down a little bit. They still have this very much aggressive style that I feel like most regions can't understand. And I hope you can understand me right now. As I feel like I'm making maybe some fair points here. I think that's what's maybe the next step for VP Prodigy, is they have potential. I don't think they should catch a coach in the next event they do. I think the event after. I think once they've figured out each other, they should figure out how to bring a coach in the mix and maybe take the next step towards being a tier 1 team. Because I think they honestly have the potential. I think FN is playing the best Dota we've actually seen out of him to date. He had amazing runs in the past with Empire, but since then it's been kind of stand-ins. And I think this is his true place to shine. I think he should stay with the team. I honestly hope he becomes a permanent member of Prodigy. Because between him, DM, Dave, Ein, and Epileptic Kid, I think they have one hell of a squad. And I look forward to seeing what they can do in future tournaments. But that is actually it for WePlay Pushka. It's completely resolved. We have Secret as the winner. Maybe not too much unexpected occasions there. But, you know, the side of Prodigy, they definitely turned up. They definitely surprised us all. And I look forward to seeing what they do in the future. Team Secret, still, once as always, the team to beat. Yes, they may not have topped ESL 1 EU/CIS online, but they're always the squad I feel like teams are looking at and wondering how do we best them. And I'm looking forward to seeing, especially in Season 2, how those squads are going to best them. But that's going to be it. I feel we've rounded that out pretty well. I'm going to talk a bit more about the whole hosting experience, how it felt for me in future videos. But I feel like I'm too emotional and maybe too unsober to talk about that now. So I'm going to end this video. Apologies for the delay on getting this out, by the way. A little bit later than usual. But thank you for checking out. And also, thank you to everyone who's supported me up to this point through this daily vlog cycle. I know listening to me on a day in, day out cycle is probably a little bit boring or tedious. Or I don't know. I don't know what you guys think. I just know that I love you. I always appreciate your support. And I always love to hear from you guys. So make sure you let me know what you think. Let me know, honestly, if you believe Team Secret are going to just nail it, or if you were really hoping we see an underdog story. I just love to hear from you guys. It does make my life easier. You know, you don't have to think for yourself when someone else is thinking for you. So think for me as we head through this. I sober up, and then we'll have a serious look, hopefully, at the Pushka League as a whole, and my performance as a whole. And Team Secret's performance as a whole, Prodigy's performance as a whole, Liquid's performance, everything as a whole, when we head into, I believe it's going to end up being day 36 tomorrow. I'll see you then.